this picture, there are 47 people. None of them can be seen. In this film, we hope to show you how not to be seen. This is Mr. E.R. Bradshaw of Napier Court, Black Lion Road, London, SE14. He cannot be seen. Now, I'm going to ask him to stand up. Mr. Bradshaw, will you stand up, please? This demonstrates the value of not being seen. In this picture, we cannot see Mrs. B.J. Smegma of 13 The Crescent, Belmont. Mrs. Smegma, will you stand up, please? This is Mr. Nesbit of Harlow Newtown. Mr. Nesbit, will you stand up, please? Mr. Nesbit has learned the first lesson of not being seen, not to stand up. However, he has chosen a very obvious piece of cover. Mr. E.W. Lambert of Holmley, The Burrows, Oswestry, has presented us with a poser. We do not know which bush he is behind, but we can soon find out. Yes, it was the middle one. Mr. and Mrs. Watson of Hull chose a very cunning way of not being seen. When we called at their house, we found that they had gone away on 2 weeks' holiday. However, a neighbour told us where they were. And here is the neighbour who told us where they were. And here is where he lived. And this is where he was born. And now for something completely different.
What's up, guys? And so welcome to Monday morning. Now there's a reason why I've made this video, and this is the reason. I am the most productive on a period of time directly after a break. Okay, so this is true for most people. After you've had a break, you basically are the most productive. So you have the highest levels of energy, you've got physical, mental, emotional energy, you're rejuvenated, your system has had time to solve problems, you've had sleep, which is consolidated memory, you've got more creativity access, your brain has created new possibilities for yourself. So sitting here on Monday morning, while a large percentage of the world are dying of heart attacks because they're stressed out about their week, you need to operate differently. So I've included here this video of a guy serving 54 aces in a single match. Okay, and the reason why I've included, and this is tennis obviously, 54 aces in a single match. Take a look at this now as you watch this guy here just serving ace after ace after ace. And you know, look at this. It's very difficult for this guy to win. This guy returning the serve. I mean, he's just, what's he doing? He's watching. He's a fucking spectator, right? Like, he's just, look at this. Ace, ace. I mean, it's ridiculous. Why do I include this? Well, this guy did 54 of them in a single match. And I want to share this because how the fuck is this guy going to get beaten? I just want you to look at this. If you're playing tennis, how is this guy going to lose? You know, this guy can't even touch the damn serve. That's an ace. It doesn't even get touched. Doesn't even get the racket on it. This doesn't even include the ones that got the racket on it, but it didn't go anywhere near the net or go in. So it's important for you to understand that the serve. The reason why I share this is because you are serving on Monday. Monday is your opportunity to serve. Okay, and where everybody goes wrong is they go into reactive mode. So I wanna ask you what it'd be like if this guy decided to give up the serving. If he just decided he didn't want to serve, he's like, well, you know what, I'm not going to bother serving. I'm going to try and play the match and try and beat this guy without the serve. So I'll put the serve away. Okay, just think about that for a second. This guy tries to play the match. He's like, I'm not going to serve though. So I'll just let the other guy do all the serving. I won't serve. Well, what are his chances of winning? His chances of winning are dramatically reduced, right? They're substantially reduced. I mean, they basically just drops the chances of winning by like 80, 90, 100%. I mean, it's crazy. Why is that important? Well, here's what happens to most people. Most people are like, you know what? I've got Monday. Cool, I got some time on Monday. Cool, no problem. Yeah, I can meet you on Monday. No drama, right? Big mistake. It's a big fucking mistake, because Monday is an opportunity. You have 4 other days of the week to meet people. You have 4 other days. You have 4 days of the week with which to use, with which to meet with people, to deal with other people's bullshit, to run their agendas. You got 4 days of the week to do that. On Monday, you have an opportunity to set the way that you achieve, to set the system up in such a way that you're completely in control. You're not in reaction. And so the first video, which I'll address here, this is the not being seen. And this is the reason why that's there is a beautiful way of thinking about how you should be approaching Monday. And also the beginning of every day, but let's just focus on Monday right now, without having without being seen, without having any, if you're not seen, you have no agenda coming at you, right? Any contact from the outside world is an agenda that's being moved towards you. You are ultimately trying to move your agenda forward. One day spent strategically focused on the deepest, most important, non-urgent tasks that are building the core of your empire, building the crucial pieces of your empire. One day doing that, if you can access flow, if you can train yourself to go into a place of flow, is more valuable than 5 days of living in reaction. It's literally more valuable than 5 days of living in reaction. You can spend 1 day doing that, 4 days in reaction, and you'll have the most productive weeks you've ever had, as long as that 1 day is isolated and is worked on with the fullest of your intensity. Now, you need to create that space. And having it directly after a period where you've just had a bit of break, you've just had a bit of rejuvenation, means that you push the ball forward into the right place. You're pushing the game into the direction you want to go right from the get-go, right from day one, right from the very first moment. And by doing that and doing that on repeat, think about this. 1 week, do it 1 time. Great. But do that 52 weeks a year. Do that, take some holidays, do it 40, 45 weeks a year. And you've got a very different outcome. Do that for 2 years, 3 years, you've got an enormously different outcome. You will train yourself to come up with your most creative insights. Your biggest breakthroughs will come in that space, because you will be able to focus so clearly, so patiently, without, we really want to clear out all the belief, clear out all the bullshit, and just come from this blue sky place on this day, on this Monday, and treat everything like it's fresh again, right? And so you're creating from this fresh space again. It's very, very, very powerful. So I want you to implement that, and I want you to begin to create Monday as a walled garden, something that people just are not able to access. Yes, you have to send some messages to clear some pieces up that will be urgent, but then you make that very, very quick, and then you push the rest of the stuff right for the end of the day. And then you focus on your core things. And the great thing about this is it disconnects us from the time rat race, because we get too into this time urgency, and then that breaks down basically the time urgency that we feel starts to actually impact the way we show up. So we become less strategic and more reactive. So you need to actually break that down. And this is what this game is on Monday. So Monday is a batching day. Batch the shit out of it, close it off, wall it off. It's a walled garden, and in that space you create. Okay, so that's what this is for. Enjoy.